Chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is a process that involves the rearrangement of atoms and molecules, resulting in the formation of new substances with different properties. These reactions can be as simple as the burning of wood or as complex as the synthesis of a new drug. Acid rain is a prime example of a chemical reaction because it involves a series of transformations that lead to the formation of acidic compounds. Acid rain, or acid deposition, is a broad term referring to any form of precipitation with acidic components, such as sulfuric or nitric acid, that falls to the ground from the atmosphere in wet rain, snow, fog, hail, or dry dust forms. It's important to understand that rain is naturally slightly acidic. The rain dissolves carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to form carbonic acid, HCO. Carbonic acid is a weak acid giving natural rain at pH of 6. When we burn fossil fuels, much stronger acids get into our rain to form acid rain with a pH as low as 3. When the pH changes from 6 to 3, the acidity increases to a more 1,000 times acidic. 1 in pH equals 10 in acidity, 10 equals 1,000 times. Acid rain belongs to a phenomenon related to both chemical reactions in biological and industrial processes. Some biological activities release substances that contribute to acid rain. For example, certain bacteria in the soil and water can produce sulfur compounds like hydrogen sulfide through decomposition processes. While industrial activities are major contributors, the burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas in power plants, factories, and vehicles releases large amounts of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. Causes of acid rain. First is sulfuric acid HCO. It arises from the burning of coal and oil mainly in power stations. Next is nitric acid NO. It arises from the exhaust pipes of motor vehicles. Sulfuric acid. Plants need a little sulfur to grow. They obtain it from sulfates, found naturally in the soil. Sulfur atoms become bonded to carbon atoms in the leaf's proteins. When plants die and eventually form coal and oil, these sulfur atoms remain bonded to the carbon atoms. When the coal is burned, the sulfur and carbon atoms join with oxygen from air and are released into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide CO and sulfur dioxide SO. In the presence of sunlight, a photochemical reaction will take place where sulfur dioxide reacts with more oxygen to form sulfur trioxide SO. This dissolves in the rainwater forming sulfuric acid HCO. Nitric acid. In the high temperature conditions in the cylinders of our motor vehicles, a small amount of nitrogen and oxygen from the air can react. Exhaust gases from vehicles contain small but significant amount of nitrogen oxides. Once the oxides of nitrogen are in the air, they react with more oxygen and dissolves in the rainwater to form nitric acid NO. Acid rain effects in life and environment. Effects in environment. Soil degradation. Acid rain significantly alters soil chemistry and biology. It disrupts the pH balance, making it difficult for soil microbes to thrive and essential nutrients like calcium and magnesium to be absorbed by plants. This leads to soil degradation, rendering it less fertile and unable to support healthy plant growth. Water body contamination. Acid rain contaminates water bodies, lowering their pH and increasing aluminum concentrations. This makes the water more acidic and toxic to aquatic life. Fish, insects, and other aquatic organisms are sensitive to pH changes, and many species cannot survive in highly acidic environments. Acid rain also releases harmful heavy metals from rocks and soil into water bodies, further poisoning the aquatic ecosystem. Another effects in the environment. Forest decline. Acid rain weakens trees by damaging their leaves, limiting their ability to absorb nutrients, and making them more vulnerable to diseases, pests, and harsh weather conditions. This can lead to forest decline, with trees becoming stunted, weakened, and eventually dying. Building and infrastructure damage. Acid rain is highly corrosive, damaging building materials like limestone and marble. It also corrodes metal structures, leading to rust and weakening. This causes aesthetic damage and can compromise the structural integrity of buildings and infrastructure over time. Effects in life. Ecosystems. Aquatic life. Acid rain makes lakes, rivers, and streams more acidic, harming fish, insects, and other aquatic organisms. Many species cannot survive in highly acidic environments. Human health. Respiratory problems. The sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides that contribute to acid rain can cause respiratory problems and cardiovascular issues, especially in people with pre-existing conditions. Another effects in life. Food chains. Disruption. Acid rain can disrupt food chains by harming the organisms at the base of the chain, such as algae and insects. This can have cascading effects on larger animals that depend on these organisms for food. Agriculture. Reduce crop yields. Acid rain can decrease soil fertility, making it more difficult to grow crops. It can also leach nutrients from the soil, reducing crop yields.